Hello guys, I'm having a celebratory brew. Hope you are in a position to celebrate with me. If you are, then raise a cup of coffee or tea, or depending upon what time it is in your neck of the woods, maybe something a bit stronger. I just thought I'd come on and say hi and thank you so much for each and every single one of you for being here with me on this ridiculous, silly, I don't know what it is, a silly little channel that faffs around with beads and wire and soon to be other things as well, I think. Don't know if you're aware, I started this journey a little while ago, just really for my mental health, just to give me something to do for myself. And it's developing into this amazing community, literally in my phone and in my laptop, and you guys are just joyful. And I just wanted to say thank you for being here. So I'm going to dispense with the brew, and let me just pop over here. I thought as a thank you to you guys, I would do a little bit of a giveaway, open to everybody in the world, because you guys are with me from all over the place and it's just amazing. So I bought this little mini kit with, there's all sorts of things in here, even including little nylon jaw pliers and cutters and that kind of thing. Okay, so perfect for holidays, perfect to take out in the garden with you, that kind of thing. I also went and spent a huge amount of money at the Beads Up North bead fair at Haydock Park this weekend. Now, I went with a budget, and like all of us, I went over the budget. So there'll be a few beads coming from that as well. This is just a tiny little fraction of what I bought. So I'll be picking out some strands and some other bits and pieces for you for a giveaway. So as far as the giveaway is concerned, I've been reading on YouTube rules, and as long as everything's above board, which it is, the best way to do it is for you guys to leave a comment under this video, and let me know what you're making or where you're from, or just, I don't know, tell me a joke, I don't know. Yeah, tell me a joke, why not? I could do a cheering up. Anyway, and I'll use one of those little, what they called, name picker app things, and it'll just randomly pick someone from anywhere in the world, and I'll announce it on another video, and I'll wing these beautiful things just to say massive thank you for being here with me. I'm also going to just take you for a little tiny walk, because I know a lot of my viewers like to see where I live. Not actually my house, obviously, but certainly around where I live. And the cherry blossoms are coming out at the moment, and they look absolutely gorgeous. And my dog Glory, who I'm sure quite a few of you have seen already, he likes to go out for a walk. So, and I will also be popping in a little earring tutorial at the end of this video, just because. So again, thanks everybody, you're all amazing, and you really are making my life so much better for you being here. And I didn't think I would ever say that, but YouTube, you know, and you guys really are making a massive difference to my mental health and to my life and my world, okay? Daft to say it, but there you go. Okay, so I'll see you in the end of this video for a little tutorial. Thanks again, guys. 10,000, yeah!
Far too long, but now I'm on my way back home. I hear the west winds calling out my name. They're telling me to head your way, down your road and past your gates. Keep your eyes on the horizon. I was looking to belong, and I'd already found my home.
Glory! Glory!
Won't be long.
You daft dog.
I'm there before the setting sun, for you to fall into my arms. A place place I call my home.
Hi everyone, it's Samantha again here saying a big hello and hope you are very well. And today I thought we would make these cute little dangle earrings. Now I know a lot of copper work and wire work can be quite bold, can't it? But sometimes you just want something that's really delicate and sophisticated, and I think these guys actually are that. So we're going to be making these today, but just look what else you can do. You can make, these ones are made in brass because it's cheaper than gold fill. So you can use little dagger beads and little rondelles, sparkly rondelles. They look totally different in different metals, don't they? Here we have a little dyed jade with some cute little AB coated drops, okay? And obviously, how gorgeous are those? Gold plated wire with gold beads and faux pearls. Beautiful, aren't they? They'd be perfect for a wedding or something like that, wouldn't they? Okay, so today we're going to be making these guys here just because I really like their colours. Beautiful. I love turquoise and copper. I think it goes together really well. Okay, so let's clear these away and we'll go through a list of materials that you need. So for these particular guys here, you're going to need some 1mm, that's 18 gauge bare copper wire, or again, like I always say, the world's your oyster, just use whatever wire you like. You'll need some 0.4mm, that's 26 gauge copper wire, or again, the wire of your choosing. You'll need some flush cutters, as always. Some, I'm using bail making pliers here, unless you want to go ahead and use your round nose. These are 2 to 9mm increments, okay? You're going to need, I always say, 2 pairs of your favourite chain nose pliers, just to do all the close work. A simple ruler for your measuring your lengths, and you'll need some beads, okay? So I'm using 6mm faux pearl. I'm also using 11/0 seed beads, okay? And for the little drops at the bottom, you're going to need some little drop beads, and these particular ones here are 3, I think that's 3x4mm Miyuki drop beads, okay? So just a very small drop bead would be sufficient for these guys, okay? Right, so let's clear the table away and we'll go ahead and we'll make these cute little guys here, okay? So I'll see you in a second. Okay, so we're back. So the first thing we need to do is to measure out 2 lengths of our wire, okay? And for these guys here that measure, I'll just measure them for you so you get a good idea of the actual component themselves is about 2.5 centimeters, which is just short of an inch, okay? And then your ear wire. So for that kind of size, you're going to want 6 centimeters of your wire, okay? So you need to cut 2 lengths. I always say flush cut the ends, just to make sure everything's nice and neat and tidy. And you want to make the components at the same time because they're handed, which means basically that you want one to go one way and one to go the other. So I'll show you what I mean in a second. So we'll just take our ruler and cut our second 6 centimeter length. Okay, just get rid of all of that. So we have our 2 lengths of wire. What we want to do is, I'll just show you, because they're earrings, you don't want them to be facing in the same direction. Well, I don't anyway. So can you see how this top wire goes that way and this top wire goes that way? Okay, so you want to make them opposite, sort of mirror opposites to themselves, okay? So what we do is we take the 4th step on our plier and find the middle of the wire, and then bend very gently so that the wires meet in the middle, like so, okay? So for this one earring, cross the top one over, like so, so that we have this. Okay, you see how that top one goes to the left. Make your other one on the fourth step of the plier and bend them round. Okay, so instead of going over the top, it wants to go underneath. So we have mirror opposites. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean now. So can you see how our top one goes to the left, top one goes to the right? Okay, so that's that. Put them on top of each other just to sort of make sure that they are pretty much the same size hoops and the angle of those V shapes are the same, which they are. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is to pop these little loops on the end of each. So come in with your second step, right to the end of the wire here, and just very gently rotate, okay, so that you get a hoop on either side. Again, just very gently, oops, rotate it around, okay, and do the same on the other one, right at the end, and again on the other side. You hear my dog snoring again, honestly. He likes being in here with me when I do this, but he's always snoring. Oh dear, it's making me tired. Okay, so here we have our 2 components. Now I've left these hoops unclosed for a reason, okay? So when we start wrapping, it's a lot easier to close the hoop up after we've finished wrapping, okay? So let's get on with the wrapping. So you're going to need to take your 0.4mm wire, which is I think 26 gauge, so I will just double check and pop it down in the description box. You want to take about so much, okay, for each one, which is, let's just have a see, about 15 centimeters, 6 inches, something like that. I always like to have a little bit too much than not enough. Okay, so we want to start wrapping, so we put the longest part of the wire here above the frame, and then this little tail here you want to wrap around, I would say, I don't know, 4 times maybe. Okay, so we have 4 wraps like so. Okay, so this is where we pop our bead in between. So now we've anchored the wire, we want to come in with our little 6mm bead, and I'm using the little faux pearls here. Pop your bead on. Okay, so can you see that? Wants to sit nicely and nestle in between the wires here. Okay, so we started our wrap at the bottom here. The wire comes out of the top. Nestle your little bead in there and start wrapping at the top. Okay, so there, wrap and wrap again, all the time sort of smushing things in with your fingers, keeping things nice and secure. So that's 2, wrap around and wrap around again. Okay, so we have 4 wraps securing that middle bead. Can you see that? So keeping everything nice and taut and tight in there so it's nice and neat. Okay, so we then come in with our little seed beads. So for this particular design, I've worked out that it takes 8 seed beads to do the next part, this arch here. Okay, so we'll just get the seed beads. Hopefully they won't fly everywhere. Let's see. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I have to think of a better way to do this, guys, because it's so boring watching me count beads. Oh dear. Okay, so this is what I call the front side, all right? So the wrapping wires go over the top and then back underneath. So what you want to do now is to bend these beads around, keeping everything nice and taut. Bend these beads around, and okay, maybe we'll need another one on there. Just use your judgment, guys. I think with every piece, some of these seed beads aren't actually all the same size, are they? So there's a lesson there, really. There you go, Sam. Lesson learned. Okay, because so can you see how we've brought those seed beads around? You want to secure the wire there and then wrap once and then twice. Okay, and then smush everything in. So can you see how we've secured the next round of beads? Okay, so because you've wrapped twice, you've now got a little bit of a gap. So when the wire bends round, can you see how that would bend round there? That's room for the next lot of beads. Okay, so let's get our little droplets, and we'll I've used 5 for each of these. So seed bead on first, and then a droplet bead, and then a seed bead. Oh, I'm working through the camera here, guys, so bear with me. And then another bead. Okay, and then a seed, and then a droplet, and then another seed. Tiny, these little seeds. Honestly, as I'm getting older, my eyesight is really it's struggling to cope with these tiny little things. Okay, and then another seed bead, and then your final droplet, and then your final seed bead. Okay, so that you have this. All right, so what you want to do then is very carefully bend that wire around. Okay, so can you see how that little, leaving that little 2 wrap gap helps to keep that nice and spaced out nicely. Okay, so all we need to do now is to secure the wire by wrapping it around this part here a couple of times, or maybe 3 times. Let's go for 3, and that's it. And that's absolutely it. So just pull on your wires just to secure them. Okay, very carefully, and then on the back side you'll need to trim these little guys here. So that's trim that wire and trim this one. And as always, just come in with your chain nose just to secure everything. And then all I do is very gently come back in with your round nose and just very gently bend those loops back into place. The reason I do it that way is because I think it's easier to wrap around the frame rather than have to go through the holes all the time. It's up to you. You know, obviously you can do it how you want to do it. And there it is. How beautiful is that? Gorgeous. Okay, so the only thing you need to do then is to grab yourself an ear wire and pop your ear wire on, and you've got some absolutely gorgeous, elegant earrings which you will enjoy wearing, I'm sure, in the summertime, certainly for this kind of colour scheme. The world is your oyster entirely. I think these would look gorgeous actually in really bright yellows and reds and oranges, perhaps perfect for the summer. Okay, so I hope you enjoy making those, guys. And again, thank you so much for being here with me. And we're celebrating my 10,000 subscribers. So it's just a joy to have you here, guys. Okay, so I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for watching, as always.